Have you ever wondered what it truly takes to build an empire? Not just a successful business, but a legacy that changes the world. Today, we're diving deep into the story of a woman who did just that, turning her name into a global brand synonymous with inspiration, influence, and incredible wealth. This is the story of how Oprah Winfrey, through the sheer power of ownership, built a media empire that redefined an industry. Our story doesn't start in a boardroom. It starts in rural Mississippi with a young girl who found solace and power in books and public speaking. Oprah's early career in broadcasting was impressive, but it was also a lesson in limitations. She was a rising star, a talented host, but she was still an employee. She was building someone else's brand, earning a salary while the network reaped the massive profits from her top-rated show. This is a critical point that many people miss. Success is one thing. Ownership is another. The year is 1986, the Oprah Winfrey Show has just gone national, and it's an instant sensation. Most people would have been thrilled with that level of success. But Oprah saw a bigger picture. Instead of just taking a hefty paycheck, she made a move that would become the cornerstone of her empire. She decided to take control. She negotiated for ownership of her own show. Let that sink in. She didn't just want to be the star. She wanted to be the boss. This led to the creation of Harpo Productions. That's Oprah spelled backward. This wasn't just a vanity project. It was a strategic masterstroke. By owning her show, Oprah was no longer just the talent. She was the producer, the distributor, the one in charge of every aspect of her content. Every dollar the show earned, from advertising to international syndication rights, now flowed back into her company. She was building her own table instead of just asking for a seat at someone else's. Think about the genius of this. While other talk show hosts were collecting paychecks, Oprah was collecting assets. She controlled the creative direction, ensuring the show reflected her values of empathy, empowerment, and education. This authenticity resonated with millions, creating a fiercely loyal audience. They weren't just viewers, they were a community. They trusted Oprah, and that trust became her most valuable currency. With Harpo Studios as her foundation, Oprah began to vertically integrate her business. What does that mean? It means she started owning every step of the media creation process. She launched the Oprah magazine in partnership with Hearst. But again, this was an Oprah-led venture. It was her face on every cover, her voice setting the tone. The magazine wasn't just about fashion or recipes. It was an extension of her brand's philosophy, living your best life. It became a massive success, further solidifying her connection with her audience, particularly women. Then came the Oprah Winfrey Network, or OWN. This was perhaps her boldest move yet. Launching a cable network is a monumental, incredibly risky undertaking. The early years were tough. Critics were quick to write it off, but Oprah didn't back down. She poured her own money, time, and most importantly, her brand's essence into the network. She knew that to succeed, OWN had to be more than just another channel. It had to be a destination for the kind of uplifting, thought-provoking content her audience craved. She leveraged her greatest asset, herself. She returned to television with shows like Oprah's Next Chapter, conducting the high-profile interviews she was famous for. Slowly but surely, the network found its footing, creating hit shows and establishing a unique identity in a crowded media landscape. This journey with OWN demonstrates a key principle of her success: resilience fueled by the conviction of ownership. When you own it, you fight for it differently. But Oprah's empire extends far beyond television and magazines. Her book club became a cultural phenomenon with unparalleled power. A single mention from Oprah could turn an unknown author into a multi-million copy bestseller overnight. This Oprah Effect wasn't magic. It was the result of years of building trust. People bought the books because they trusted her taste and her recommendation. She effectively became the most powerful literary curator in the world, all without owning a publishing house. Her influence was the asset. She also made savvy investments. She was an early investor in Weight Watchers, now WW, not just putting in money but becoming a board member and brand ambassador. Her personal journey with Weight resonated with millions, and her involvement caused the company's stock to soar. She invested in companies that aligned with her personal brand and values, turning her influence into tangible equity. So, what are the key takeaways from Oprah's journey to building her empire? First, the absolute non-negotiable power of ownership. Don't just be the talent, own the product. Control your intellectual property. This is the fundamental shift from being an employee to being an entrepreneur. Second, build a brand based on authenticity and trust. Oprah's empire is built on a genuine connection with her audience. She shared her vulnerabilities, her struggles, and her triumphs. This created a level of trust that can't be bought with advertising. Your brand is your promise to your customer. Third, vertical integration and diversification. Once she had a successful core product, the Oprah Winfrey Show, she expanded into related areas: magazines, a television network, book clubs, and strategic investments. She created an entire ecosystem where each part supported and amplified the others, all centered around her core brand. Finally, long-term vision and resilience. Building an empire doesn't happen overnight. There will be failures and setbacks, like the initial struggles of the OWN network. But with a clear vision and the drive that comes from true ownership, you can weather the storms and emerge stronger. Oprah Winfrey's story is more than just a tale of wealth and fame. It's a masterclass in business strategy, brand building, and the profound impact of taking control of your own destiny. She transformed from a talk show host into a media mogul because she understood, earlier and better than anyone else, that the real power isn't just in being on the screen, but in owning it. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this story as inspiring as I did, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the minds of the world's most successful innovators. Let me know in the comments which entrepreneur's story you'd like to see next. See you in the next video.